Hi, I'm Ron Anderson with Dentalaire Products. Today we're going to show you how to set up our Prestige dental machine. The first thing we're going to do is remove the clips from the crate using the provided screwdriver. This is done by simply putting the screwdriver underneath the clip and popping outward. The next thing we're going to do is remove the cross member from the base of the crate using the provided wrench. Once the cross member is removed, we're going to simply roll the machine out of the crate. Once the machine is removed from the crate, we're going to remove all packing material. Very important to remove all the packing material, including the cardboard inside the compressor. Once all packing material is removed, we're going to add oil to the compressor. The oil is supplied in a manila envelope. You'll remove the black cap from the oil and replace it with the fill spout. You're going to need to cut off about 1/4 inch of the fill spout to be able to get the oil in the compressor. The fill hole is on the top of the compressor. Usually you can open this by hand and simply fill the oil. You're going to want to keep an eye on the sight glass in the back of the compressor. Once you see oil enter the sight glass, your oil will then level out to proper level. It's important to stop pouring as soon as you see oil enter the sight glass. You will have a small amount of oil left over in the bottle when finished. The next thing we're going to do is replace the cap on the fill hole. It only has to be tightened hand tight. Next, we're going to install the air intake filter. This is done by removing the red cap on the side of the compressor and installing the intake filter provided. This simply screws onto the thread. It's important that the intake hole on the side of the filter be pointed upward when installed. Before you dispose of the crate, you're going to want to make sure you remove the vet pack and the owner's manual. The next thing you're going to do is fill both your water bottles with distilled water. We recommend distilled water to prolong the life of the machine. We're next going to turn the machine on the electrical multiple strip and then down on the air compressor itself. Notice how quiet the compressor is. The next thing you're going to do is open up your vet pack. The vet pack includes everything that you need to do a dental the day you receive the machine. Accessories for your piezoelectric scaler, your slow-speed polishing handpiece, your high-speed drill, lubricant for your high-speed drill, Profi paste, Profi cups, high-speed burrs, and Profi angle. I also want to point out that there's a separate manual for the piezoelectric scaler. Please put this aside, there's very valuable information in it. We're first going to install the red straw inside the nozzle tip of the lubricant. You're going to want to lubricate the high-speed drill before you install it on the tubing. This is done by simply giving a quick squirt down the smaller of the two larger holes, which is your air drive hole. When you screw the handpiece to the tubing connector, make sure you screw it down to seal the gasket properly. Once the handpiece is installed on the tubing, you're going to want to run the handpiece for about 3 seconds using the large pad on the foot control. To change the burr on the high-speed drill, you simply push the back cap of the handpiece. This engages the chuck and allows the removal of your chipping pin. And then you simply insert your chosen burr. There is a 13-second delay on the light source for the fiber optic drill. This allows you to look at your work without running the handpiece. We're next going to install the slow-speed polishing handpiece. This is installed on the center tubing, labeled slow speed. After installing the handpiece, we're going to want to open the chuck, remove the shipping pin, replace it with provided Profi angle, and close the chuck. The polishing handpiece as well as the high-speed drill we just installed are both powered by the large pad on the foot control. This particular polishing handpiece is a non-lubricating handpiece. Some of our units do come with lubricated handpieces, so please follow the separate instructions properly. The handpiece has a forward and reverse knob at the base. Even though it's non-lubricating, we do recommend that the handpiece cleaner provided be used on a monthly basis. This is done by simply putting a few drops in the smaller of the two larger holes, which is your drive hole. Next, we're going to install the sleeve and the tip to the piezo scaler. This sleeve is autoclavable and simply slides over the handpiece. We're next going to install a tip. We provide two different tips with the machine. A number 32, which is a flatter tip, and the number 39, which is a universal tip. We recommend that the tip be installed by hand at first to avoid cross-threading. And then simply secure it with the tip wrench. We recommend you only tighten it hand tight. Since the scaler is simply an on-off handpiece, it's powered by the smaller button on the foot control rather than the variable speed larger pad. The last handpiece on our machine is the air water syringe. Two buttons, you simply push water, air, and when both buttons are pushed, you get a nice spray to clean out the mouth. This concludes the setup procedure of the Dentalaire Prestige. We're next going to go into functionality and maintenance. The Prestige dental machine is heightened and lowered by the lever on the side of the machine. Simply by lifting up on the lever, you're able to push the machine down to storage height. Lifting up on the lever again allows you to raise the machine to operational height. Our other main machine that we build, the Ultimate Dental Machine, is heightened and lowered by a manual knob. The Prestige dental machine has an internal storage area allowing you to store various instruments and dental products. The first switch on the machine is your master on-off. This controls all airflow to the machine, sometimes used to change the water in the water bottle. Your second switch is your water bottle selection switch. This switches from between water bottle 1 and water bottle 2. The third knob is your handpiece water flow. This controls the water flow to your high-speed drill. Next would be your handpiece selection switch. This switches between high-speed and slow-speed handpiece. Your next knob is your scalar water control. This controls the water flow to the piezoelectric scaler. Your last knob is your intensity knob for your scaler. Each tip is recommended at a different intensity, and that intensity is stated with the package that comes with each tip. It's important to check the wear on your tip periodically. It's only a 2 millimeter wear factor before the tip has to be replaced. We always supply a tip wear chart inside the Prestige and the Ultimate. Simply match your tip up to that chart and you can see the wear factor. Anything under 2 millimeters, the tip must be replaced. The most important maintenance procedure on the Dentalaire Prestige, and that would go for any other dental machine, is draining the air tank daily. Any air compressor naturally builds up condensation. If that tank is left undrained, it could foul your delivery system and make for a failure of the complete unit. The drain tank valve on the Prestige and our Ultimate machine is on the bottom of the tank. It's a brass valve. You simply reach down and you open up that valve at the end of every day. Close the valve after most of the air has been purged out. The moisture traps on the machine need to be purged weekly. This is done by simply pushing up on the bottoms of the moisture traps and releasing air for about 5 seconds. Both traps do need to be purged. We recommend that you check the oil level of the compressor on a monthly basis. It should always remain at half full. We also recommend that the oil be changed yearly. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-866-6881. and ask for technical support. We appreciate your business.